Hi, I'm Lori.
And I'm Doug.
And this is Level 3 at Wednesday Night Hop for January 2017, Week 2 on Hello from the Other Side.
Hello from the other side. I can't sing today.
I'm losing my voice. So.
All right. So this week was our sort of foray into Charleston. So we started with kick steps, just kick steps. We took that warm-up that we did last time about just sort of moving across the floor with different rhythms, and we added in kick steps into those rhythms. Hoo, 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 hoo. This is a great way to practice your balance. Make sure you can do triple steps, steps, and kick steps while moving around in different ways and while still staying balanced. And that's a really important skill when we extend it into our partner dancing, that if we don't already have balance in our solo movement, there's just nothing we can do about partner dancing.
So then we took some of our 6-count figures from last week, and then we just changed them to replace the triples with the kick steps. Look at last week's video if you want to know what these are.
So these are like a lot of pass-bys. We can go back into close, do drifts, ooh, ha, and some tuck turns. We did work on doing like a kick step 6-count basic, and notice that was like incredibly hard for people to do. And that's because we're so used to this Charleston basic that like killing that last kick feels incredibly awkward. So we would encourage you not to do that. Just stick to your 8-count and side to side, and then use your 6-count patterns to move around the floor. It feels much more natural.
Not all exercises are meant to be danced.
Yeah. So then we talked about Charleston. One of the things we talked about was keeping your kicks really underneath yourself, but then as a leader, you really have to drive through that. If I'm just sort of moving myself with my kicks, Lori doesn't really feel anything.
Yeah, some of you were like doing some stuff that was like disconnected from the hip to make your big kicks happen. When that happens, when you disconnect your lower body from your upper body, your partner is no longer able to feel you because it's not like their arm is wrapped around your leg. Right? So they can't feel what's happening below there if you then make this all separate and individual from your upper body's pulse, its place in space, its momentum, its movement.
Yeah. So the other thing we really talked about and wanted to emphasize is leaders, we have the unique opportunity to add a little bit of rotation into the dance, which is a really great way to drive without moving. So when we're doing like the big kicks, kick-ups, things like that, this rotation is a really useful way to connect to your partner without trying to like move a lot or use a lot of tone. Ha. Oh. We didn't do that, but you can try it.
That's one of Doug's favorite things. He does this to me all the time. We also did kick-throughs, and we talked specifically about a certain style where we use the amount of space between us to create stretch. So here we are close to one another. Then when we rotate apart, we have a stretch here. Yes? And so if you were to look top down at us, you would see a straight line between Doug's arm and my arm. What we're trying to get rid of in this instance is trying to create stretch by like just pushing our arm through, which some of you do when you're not far enough from each other. Can I lead a really bad one on you?
Sure.
Try to be really gentle. Basically, you'll see that when, I'll start here, if you don't move away from each other at this moment, then this becomes like really like a weird like pushy pull kind of a thing, right? You're like end up really having to shove that arm forward, and we don't want that in this instance. What we want to do is to create extra space between us. It straightens our arms and creates stretch in order for us to come back in.
Yeah, and I mean, everything that we talk about in dance in general is still true. Our arms are relaxed until we're getting that point. We're not aiming for stiff arms. We're aiming for fully extended, stretched arms. And so we didn't get a chance to talk about hand-to-hand or tandem or like that crossover type stuff, but y'all are experienced dancers. Try and deconstruct that stuff based on the things we talked about, these basic fundamental moves. And if you have questions, come ask Lori and I.
Exactly. Have fun
Next
with
week, swing out.
Also, take 2 dances, guys, in the opposite roll. Two, not one.
2 dances in the opposite roll.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye.